Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? Man, I am really torn this week's episode of Seven Deadly Sin, guys. Ay, ay, ay. Wow. So, we learned that King has maybe become stronger, I guess. But learning more about Gulther and real or fake Gulther, they're both real. Um, but learning about Otto Wake and stuff like that, it's clear as day why certain stuff is probably going to continue to blow my mind when it comes down to this show because it feels like history is so weird to these characters in this overall place. Like King and uh, how the Fairy Kings kind of had their own connected past. Like they're definitely both hurt and by the same way, but less on the same beings. So instead of the the demons who actually used the humans, or at least told the humans what to do in this case to help them in the overall situation, were still not the things that the Fairy King of this time hated. He hated the humans for them actually going through with it, right? So the weird part about that is the demons were the ones who kind of, gave them the reasoning to do it. They had no reason to do something like that because they wouldn't know anything of it helping, right? Like they wouldn't know that by doing this it was good or bad until someone had to have told them. So now we get into this weird position where everything kind of is leading to the same narrative. Like it's all leading to everybody has some hatred and has some sadness, and because of it, it drives them to do things that they relatively wouldn't do. And that's kind of what I'm understanding when it comes down to, you know, the girl who literally attacked Bond and is the sister of the person who did this time travel stuff, one of the commandments, the Fairy King. And because of all the suffering that she went through that time, it kind of made sense that she didn't care for a human to be coming around and acting as if he's the king of the forest and stuff like that. Or, you know what I mean? Like, of course, Bond was literally telling him he didn't want to be, but everybody was just accepting it, and she was the only one who did it. So there's a much better reason now why she didn't accept it, right? Like, I like that aspect of storytelling. Make everything seemingly come back full circle, giving us good explanations why certain things were coming to a head. Now we know how much uh, a human meant to this girl, and to think that she saw a human and a fairy's relationship, she could have even been jealous of it in some ways, shape, or form that she didn't even know. Because as of right now, we still don't understand. I still don't understand, or yeah, we shouldn't understand, the anime watchers anyway, how she's still alive, like King was saying. So clearly, this was probably the time when the Fairy King, learned his move to heal or something along those lines. So he probably brought her back when she was right at this brink of death, because, or something even weirder. I'm just taking a stab at it. Because we didn't see King use that, and like he said, once King returned, is you can't really change, you can't alter the history that's already happened, right? So just because he stopped doesn't mean that attack did not go through. It's just that what King himself did was change history by not doing it, and in reality, history already had gone forward with him dying. So really, really looking forward to what they're trying to get King and them to get out of this, because as I can see, it didn't see like anything changed besides like maybe his experience in the case of why he should be doing things a certain way and helping in a, much better way. But other than that, I can't really tell you what King will get from all this. Um, sure, he was getting to a point where he started calling that girl his sister and stuff. Like he was almost one with the Fairy King sooner or later, like he was following history to a T. So this was almost like the only thing that he actually made on his own decision without going through something that the Fairy King himself did. So I don't know. I'm really interested in seeing how this plays a role. I'm pretty sure we all are. Other than that, though, it seems like Diane should have got her memories back from real Golder. Or maybe this is the true way that real Gother and the doll one winds up getting further in like 3,000 years ahead, I don't know. But for some reason, after, Diane spills everything to him, he knows, almost everything of what's happened to her and her losing her memory because of Gother in the future and stuff like that. It's crazy to think that she had that much time to explain, so it almost seems like because he's used his power on her before, maybe he has a way to see those memories, see those things that Gother was stealing, and he's kind of like the bank that it was getting stored into when they were connected. But that wouldn't make any sense because at that time, they're not connected. He's auto wake. You can tell by his eyes. It went from having the same kind of dead demon eyes as the real Gother, and then now they're these really golden, hopeful looking eyes at times, but at other times we know how distorted that man is. But seemingly he loses his heart and his memory. So there you go. What are all these things that still need to transpire? And with the last big person kind of showing up that we had no regulation of knowing what happened or what he was up to, was Zeliotis, the guy we saw Meliodas go ham with and lose his arm and still kind of like go back and forth with him. So I really don't know what to expect from that character. I can definitely expect ridiculous amount of power being related to Meliodas in any way, shape, or form. He should be formidable, or not formidable, but absolutely powerful, including if Meliodas is either stronger or weaker than him. We're gonna find out that too, because I'm guessing he might show up to help if he sends him there. Because I mean, that's kind of the main reason this gate was using to be summoned. I'm guessing was to get him, and that's why Gother's like, oh, looks like my executioner's here. Even knowing he even knows his place against him. So that's kind of what I'm going at. Like if he knows that this is his executioner and that he probably has no chance, yeah, he's probably strong enough to take out a lot of people within this area. So I can't wait to see what wow, I was gonna say what Hunter x Hunter is gonna drop. I can't wait to see what Seven Deadly Sins is about to pop off with, because as of right now, I really, really do think this whole past stuff is about to end within next week's episode. But I thought it was over right here, and then they literally just pull a, oh, sorry, Diane's still in there. I mean, sure, she could probably, stay and fight or do something that the big giant guy didn't do at any time, right? But at the same time, it's weird that she's still in there and she's told Gother all this information, and she hasn't, necessarily disappeared or anything, or not. She hasn't necessarily returned. So does that mean all this stuff has happened, or what she's doing isn't altering the future or anything, or the history, I should say? Weird, super weird. But yeah, let me know what you're thinking on Seven Deadly Sins. It's been pretty fun to watch, and I'm hoping to hear from you guys in the comments on these shows. Let me know what you're feeling. I'm just going on with all of them. Like, I'm just doing them all as quick, not as quickly, but I'm doing them all in back-to-back concessions. So hope you guys enjoy, and I hope when you see these, I will definitely talk to you in the next one. So with that, peace.